Hey, Basket Brains, Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc, and I believe that Instinct was better to the Backstreet Boys, and I will not back down from that. Alongside me is Ollie DePina, and he doesn't check under his bed for monsters. Monsters check under their beds for him. Welcome to episode 25 of the KO Disc Golf Show. This is episode 25, the Pikachu edition. Pikachu is the trademark Pokemon of Pokemon. They shove it down your throats whether you like it or not, kind of thing. Famous players to wear number 25. Barry Bonds when he was with San Francisco, Richard Sherman, and George Brett. Red Sox players that I've always liked that wore the number 25. JBJ, Jackie Bradley Jr., Mike Lowell, and Steve Pearce. Even though Steve Pearce wasn't on the team for a very long time, he had a really, really critical playoff that helped us win the World Series.
We also got, for the Giants, we got number 25, Deonte Banks, currently on the team, sophomore year, starting cornerback, finding his grooves. I'm really excited for him. I think he's going to be a really solid player for us. And we also had in 2016, Leon Hall, I believe, who was part of our other playoff run back then. And yeah, those are some good 25s for the Giants. And also, Giants got the win. Very, very big Giants. It's a victory Monday is what I call it, after you get that win on Sunday.
Nice. Yeah. And the Mariners have had one player for a while now be number 25, and it's Dylan Moore. So, Ollie, how's your week going, man? How's it going? How you doing, bud?
I'm doing really, really well. I had the tournament, which was really fun. I again haven't been playing too much, so it was trying to fully feel better, and then also was cat sitting in Rainier Beach, so didn't have my car, and so it was a little hard for me to get to the course, but was doing some putting and stuff, and it definitely helped with the tournament. And then this weekend also went to Oktoberfest yesterday, or I guess it was Dogtoberfest in Fremont. And it was a good time. Roxy always gets dressed up, and she's been she's worked the event the past couple of years. So this year she got to just enjoy it, which was fun. We get drink tickets and stuff, and you just get to go try a bunch of beers, and
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a good time. So got to go and hang out with her and her friends, and then got a job interview today, which went pretty well, which I'm really excited about. So things are looking up. We're doing well.
Good for you, man. Proud of you, and that's awesome. Sounds like a good time. My week's been kind of the same as usual. Tournament, turnaround, tournament kind of thing. I did go to a baseball game this week with Brian and his kids. So that was a lot of fun. We had some pretty good seats. It was the Mariners versus the Yankees. They're all Yankees fans. So I showed up with my Red Sox jersey on, no problem. There was a bunch of Red Sox fans there. It was kind of like a funny, AL East, thing. I think if you're a Red Sox or Yankees fan, it's kind of open game to just show up to the other team's game and root against them kind of deal. So that was
pretty sweet.
What's that?
That was a cool game to go to. I like Jazz Chisholm on the Yankees, so he had a homer, which was pretty sweet. So
yeah, he plays with a lot of swag. It's really cool to watch.
Swaggy.
But yeah, we'll get right into the Chinook Challenge, the Great Chinook Challenge, hooked by Emerald City Discs. This was our little C tier that we ran at SeaTac. It was 2 rounds of the OG18. Like we said last week, hole 12 played as the par 4. It did play as one of the easiest holes out there for most divisions. I was going through, there was some a lot of the MA3 and MA4 guys did get 4s and 5s. But MA2 and on, it was pretty much just birdie or par with 1 or 2 bogeys kind of sprinkled in here or there. And I really feel like it takes 2 bad shots to get a bogey on that hole, where round 1, I threw the best roller to the original position for hole 12, and then threw another forehand roller around the bush.
Oh, wow.
Which is that's not how anybody wrote that.
It's insane. Usually I feel like if you're over by old 12's position, you're going to be that's kind of out of birdie zone. That's one of the things you can do. That's interesting. So you went roller both rounds or just the first round?
I went roller both rounds. Second round,
okay.
A really bad shot and ended up just taking the par, which was pretty casual. I was still putting for bird, but I just missed the putt. But yeah, going backhand roller, forehand roller round 1 was a lot of fun. It was really interesting. I was shocked when they were holy crap, you're getting all the way up there, and I put it 20. I was well, no kidding.
I went forehand, and I had my first round. In the first round, I was kind of short. I still got it over that first tree, but I was short right, where I was really out of position. I was gonna try to have to do backhand patent pending shot, like huge Annie, and have it like hold, which is a technical shot that I'm not that versed in. And so when I see something like that, I just whip out a tilt, and I just threw my tilt, and it had the nicest flare, got me to C1, got the putt. So
Yeah,
I ended up getting the two both days, just going forehand, forehands, like both times really.
yeah, getting the birdie on it. Good. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely. When I missed it round two, I was like, dude, you suck. I was like, this is like such like a must get, you know. Um, I did pull out the win in MPO. That was a lot of that was really good. I did have to birdie the last five, and I had to birdie 8 out of the last 10 to get the win. Lucas Lada and Eric Sebastian were both playing really well. Lucas was really coming on strong that second round. He had like three bad holes to start the round, or not great holes. He just didn't play great, and we all kind of took advantage of it. And then he just hit like such a stride for like the middle of the round. I want to say from holes like probably holes like 10, you know, pretty much all the way up until 21. Like he was just playing solid, and it was like kind of like, hey, like I just in my mind, I was like, I just kind of keep playing my game and throwing my shots and hope that he makes a mistake. And I was like, really, all it is just putting the pressure on him. Like, I'm going to keep throwing the good shots, and he needs to keep like matching me kind of in that way, or I need to keep matching him shot for shot kind of thing. And it's really like whoever blinks first kind of deal,
Totally.
which was
Yeah, I was playing on chase cards, so I was and I was watching like you guys from like a little bit of a distance, but there was times where he was throwing in, and it was like it was 17, that par four, the first one,
yeah,
or the I guess the second one for this tournament, where I was like, oh, he got up to like one of those trees as well, where I see you get him sometimes where I'm like, that's a boom and drive, boom and
yeah,
drive.
yeah. He throws really far, and his putt's like super smooth. Where I was like, oh yeah, he's going to be pushing. And Eric Sebastian too. Like his game is really well rounded. I will say. He didn't really do anything that I was like, oh man, like, you know, that would be like his obvious like best skill. It's just everything he did was like solid and consistent, and like his putt was fine, his forehand was fine, his backhand was fine. He got all enough distance on all of them. You know, everything was coming out of his hand like crisp and clean. He's a really good player. We'll see him a bunch, I'm sure, in the next like couple of years if he's around, kind of thing. Um, yeah, it was a overall. I thought it was a good time. It was a really beautiful day. The weather was like absolutely incredible for the day. So, Ollie, how was your experience? This was your best MPO finish yet, right?
Yeah, this was I finished fifth. I was one place off of the cash line, and
Hmm.
um,
Like two,
some one stroke,
one.
some self-inflicted wounds in the first round where I shot +1. I had four birdies, but just I think I had a double bogey on 14. I did have a double bogey on 14. And that one was I just like I kind of like shot myself in the foot a couple times, but I think there was a lot of inconsistencies with my game where I wasn't getting off the tee super cleanly, but I really focused. Like my second shots were some of the best second shots I've like ever had, and my putting was I've been really focusing on spinning the disc a lot more and having a lot more wrist snap and wrist rotation with that flick, because I just think it's going to benefit me in the long haul with my putting. And so it's in a transitioning phase, but I'm still fully confident in doing it. I practiced it a lot this week, like really just not playing at the courses, just hammering out putts where I felt good enough to go do this in a tournament round where I'm not relying on some of the other things I used to do, like just pushing it a lot.
Yeah,
Um, so I shot +1 the first round and was pretty underwhelmed. Like I just was a little bummed out. I remember I was like, I'm just gonna get some food and then turn around and warm up and do that. And I ended up not feeling too great. And I was like kind of laying down in my tights by hole one for a little bit, just like I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the tee. Like I don't like I don't know if this is gonna happen. I don't know if it was something. I think it was something I ate. I was like trying to be really good about going to sleep on time and like just being really chill about that day.
yeah,
Um, and so it's just a bummer. I was like, this sucks so much. I remember I was just like walking to hole seven, kind of like getting a little sweaty, and I was like, oh, this is not fun. But then
yeah,
right as I got to hole seven, and I kind of just like, I was taking deep breaths, and everything kind of just like settled, and I was like fine. Like I felt like completely fine, really. Um, whether that was just adrenaline and that, but the second round I came a lot cleaner. I shot neg four with five birdies,
hmm,
and the only bogey I had was, and I think you'd have been really proud of the round because it was like a bogey-free, pretty solid round, and had good putting, good drives, like made good decisions with my what I was doing. Um, and then I threw the PD2 on hole 20. I went up left on 23, and I had a great position like to go do a second shot to try to get a birdie on 23. And I threw it, and it kind of got on one of the hills, and so instead of flaring, it like skipped up and out towards the path,
Oh,
and I was out of bounds by this much.
dang.
And I was not just I was just bummed. I like knew that I was putting together a really clean round, and I still was like, I can try to make this putt, and I can do like try to still save the par and have like that, and like still
Yeah.
save that stroke. But it was still like at that point it was 55 plus feet probably. Where
Were,
I'm
were you playing with Adam?
yeah
Yeah. So did you know where Adam was at the time?
yeah
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if you're like looking at scores and being like, hey, if I just like I need to get par here. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're setting up on that for that second shot, instead of being like I'm gonna go for the basket and try to like birdie this, like I just need a par and I'll sneak into the cash. You know what I mean? Like was that something that kind of came through your mind at all?
no.
No, you're just like I'm gonna birdie.
I wasn't really going for the basket. I think I was playing my safest shot. Like I pulled out one of my most overstable discs. I threw it on a hyzer. I was like, it's getting to the perfect, like it's going right, and then it just hit the weirdest skip. So I honestly, looking back at it, I don't think I changed anything that I did that round. Like I really am like 100% with the shots that I did were like probably the best shots I could have done.
Mm-hmm.
That reaction really sucked. Besides that, in hole six, I kept trying to throw this rock on like a hyzer flip when I think I should have just taken my MD5 or like a disc more like that and just put it on like a baby flex or something like that because I'm really comfortable with that kind of shot.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't think I didn't get hole 6 at all, like either round, which is really, really stupid.
Same, yeah.
I got hole 7 both rounds. So like that just like
That's awesome, dude.
doesn't make any sense, honestly.
I mean, you started on 7 the first round and then so you finished on 6. So that was your last hole, then your starting hole, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went back to back on that hole. It's so dumb that I didn't get it though. That one in my mind, that one and 15 are both like absolute must gets, you know, for me. Like that's two birdies that like I have to walk away with kind of thing. So
Yeah, but overall, I take a lot of really good things away from this tournament. I'm really proud about the way I pushed. I felt like I still left a lot of strokes out on that second round where I'm like, I know I can like that wasn't even a great round, but I love playing with Adam. He's someone I get to play with at North Park a lot and someone that I look up to when I was getting better at disc golf and now that I get to play with him, it's like the coolest feeling in the world. And so now I'm like really trying to like I'm just trying to get to where he's at, and like he's definitely a goal to try to beat and try to play with, which is really awesome.
mm-hmm.
And I got to play with Gregory Temple, who I've watched on Lakewood coverage on Fairway Media, which was cool. And I got to play with Lucas again, where I've seen him on Fairway Media coverage as well. Where I've had these opportunities to like watch these guys when they didn't know who I was, and now it's like it's a mutual connection, like a mutual thing, like respect and like we're playing against each other. So it's really cool.
Yeah. No, totally. I mean, I've said this before, but you're a pleasure to have an MPO. So it'll be cool. It'll be cool the day that we have like the first like KO DG like lead card. That'll be a fun like oh this is awesome, and maybe like afterwards we'll have to like sit down and actually do like a snippet for the show or something like that. So all right, I'm gonna go through the winners real quick, and then we're gonna get into the IronMan challenge. So winner of the Chinook challenge, like I said, Kirby Snyder, myself, I won MPO. Sheila Tevis won FPO. No surprise, Ming Vang won MP40. Steve Bell won MP60. Alec Maccabee won MA1, and Corey Parker, Box Squad member, came in second or tied for second. Nathan Hurst won MA40. Aaron McIntosh won MA50, and I just gotta say, like, I was really, really happy for him. I have given a lot of lessons to Aaron, and I've worked with him for a long time. Aaron's been really great when it comes to like my lessons and the way I structure them. He's a volleyball coach, so kind of like talking with him like through like, hey, you should be charging more. You should look into like kind of doing this kind of format and this kind of style of stuff has really been very beneficial to me. So I just appreciate Aaron a lot, and it's cool to see him out there and shooting well. The winner of MA60 was Jeff James, which sounds like a comic book superhero, like alter ego. MA2, the winner was Cole Thomas, and my boy Tex, Brandon Evans, he came in second. Pump for him. MA3, the winner was Steven Potler, and the winner of MA4 was James Raddick. So congratulations to all of them. Once again, thank you for everybody for coming out and joining us for a great day of disc golf.
Yeah, that's sweet. I really enjoy seeing Tex on the course. I think I was just randomly running by, I think it was during one of the backups, I was running by hole 23 and I saw him and he hit a big putt on 22 and I was like, but it was just before we're like waving, having like smiling at each other. So it's always good. And I think this is Corey Parker's first MA1 event,
I think
if
so.
I'm not wrong. So super awesome second place. Really put on he did neg 4 as well, same as me in the second round. So really awesome to see that and see how he's pushing and progressing.
Yeah, Maccabee had a fire first round. Maccabee's first
Whew.
than any MPO player, so that was cool to see. He has the potential to pop off like that. Like no one, I don't think anybody. Like I don't think I was necessarily surprised to see him shoot a good round. Maybe I was a little surprised to see him shoot better than all the MPO players. I was like, man, I should be beating like Maccabee. Maccabee's a good player, but like I hold myself to a pretty high standard. But like I'm not surprised that he shoots well. It's just like he's got the potential, he's got the arm talent. Everybody knows it, kind of thing. So yeah, congratulations to all of them. Looking forward or looking ahead, next week or this coming Saturday is the IronMan Challenge 2. This is going to be 3 rounds in one day at South Fork Landing. We did this last year. It's a lot of fun. It really is kind of like a marathon style event. We do really quick turnover, like in between rounds. So it'll probably only be like a 45-minute, like instead of like the hour lunch break or anything like that, it'll probably be like 35 to 45 minutes. Like, hey, like, don't leave, like bring a sandwich, bring some drinks, like get back out on the course, get back playing. Like we're going to like turn and burn these rounds, kind of thing. So should be a lot of fun. The only like little changes that I'm going to make to the course or that we're going to have to the course is hole 13, which is usually like the par 4 there, but it's a really soft par 4. Traditionally, like for our tournaments, we'll make like a Mando on the tree and have to go inside. For this event, kind of do it like true Ironman style, where everything's just going to be a par 3 and like there you go kind of thing. So par 3, no Mando. I'm sure some people will not be especially happy about that, but I'm not going to be surprised if it doesn't take any birdies throughout the day. It's just going to be a really hard par 3 kind of thing. So
See a birdie on that hole. So it'd be a throw in, which would be cool. I know, like,
I don't know.
I know people can get, like I can drive to like the base of the tunnel. Like
Yeah,
I can, like people can get to that tunnel spot off a
yeah,
drive where like I don't think necessarily will take, but it would be cool to see one or like it's not like on that hole. It's built for that kind of thing, especially if you can also the hyzer kind of is nice with that as well. I feel like.
yeah. I was gonna say like both the Tankley brothers, Tim and Thaddeus, like they're both coming and they both throw like really far and like great shots. So I wouldn't be especially surprised to see one of them get up there. And Caleb's like he might not be the furthest thrower, but he's really good at hitting lines. So I think if he really tries to like push, if he throws the right disc through the right gap, I think Caleb Joyner could also like pump one up there.
How
So
about a roller?
that's Max Spears' play. He throws a roller and he gets it to cut up like through the middle there. He even does that like when we put that Mando there, and he just says he's like, if I miss the Mando, then I'll just take it, like whatever. And it's just like that's kind of baller all at the same time. So right now I'm signed up to play, but I might end up dropping and just running the event. Brian has something to do that night, so I think it's going to be just me out there, and it's usually pretty challenging to play an event and then immediately finish playing, turn around and start handing out script cards and kind of doing that kind of thing. So I might just like hang out for the day and just kind of like coordinate and kind of facilitate kind of thing. So I'm undecided. I'm kind of hoping somebody talks me into playing, but right now I'm pretty much like talking myself out of playing basically. So
Understandable if you have to do that. I won't be there. If you see me or if you see Roxanne this week, it's Rock. Well, this comes out on Tuesday, the 24th. It's Roxanne's birthday, the 25th.
oh,
So happy birthday to Roxanne. I will be out in the Olympics at a cabin with her and some of her friends. Gonna be really beautiful, really fun. So
yeah,
unfortunately, I actually really want to do the Ironman because what's the ace pot at?
yeah, A spot's like $2,000.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that might be the title of the episode. Like, who's trying to win $2,000?
I don't know. I think we're gonna save that title for later because I have an event coming up that I have some plans for. That somebody like I think several people will get aces. I'll go ahead and spoil it. I think par for the corpse, and this isn't like fully locked in, but I'm like 95% sure this is what I'm gonna do. Par for the corpse 2. I think we're going to do an alternate short layout to South Fork Landing, and I think we're going to make it 20 holes. So everything's going to be probably within 250 to 300. Like everything will be pretty short. And there definitely will be a ton of like ace opportunities for people to go and like bang one out there. So my hope, if I'm being just like really honest about it, is I'm actually hoping nobody hits the ace during the IronMan challenge, and I'm hoping we go into par for the corpse with a massive ace pot, and then I hope like 5 or 6 different people hit aces, and everybody gets a couple $100. In my world, that would be like the perfect outcome. I say this like somebody's gonna go and like ring up an ace like this weekend, guaranteed now or something. Watch.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, even if they don't, it's on people's agenda
Yeah.
100%. Like, I know I was talking to several people. I went into like the North Park chat and I was like, hey, there's a $2,000 ace pot if you guys want to sign up for this tournament. Like, come on, like it's 3 rounds to go hit this ace, so kind of things like that. It's enticing for people, but I think what you said is the ideal scenario where it'd be a fun ace layout for something like that for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I know a couple of games aren't finished, but Ollie, you want to talk a little bit about fantasy football this week?
Might be at a different point now. Yeah, I think most of the games are going to be finished.
I'm a little
Right.
pissed. I'll be honest. I scored the second most amount of points this week, and I still lost to Toby. It's bullshit.
I scored the least amount of points this. Oh no, I didn't.
I was like, your team sucks. I'm not surprised.
No, it doesn't suck. Just wait. Oh my gosh, when it's like, oh Kirby, this is a marathon, not a sprint race. When it's like week 10 and you're like, what is going on?
It's week
And
10.
you're like,
You've already lost a third of your games. You're like, shit.
well, there's going to be 2 0-3 teams now.
Tough.
Yeah, that's going to be me and Luke. So, Luke, we're 0-3. We got to do better.
Are you guys facing each other next week? That'd be freaking awesome.
Toby's playing an elite game of fantasy football. 189.4 points, is going to lead and top us off. Number 2 is going to be the Slop Jockeys with 153. Oh no, number 2 is going to be the Emerald Rangers with Kirby with oh yeah, that's what you're talking about. 166.28.
Yeah. Like, if I face anybody besides this juggernaut named Toby, like we're okay.
Well, that's what fantasy football is about. Because it's actually pretty interesting when you look at it. You have only scored, well, after this week, it's going to be a lot different. After this week, never mind, I can't talk. Before this week, you only scored 30 more points than me in the entire year. Now it's like 100 and something.
Now it's kind of drastic, yeah.
But wait till I'm going to go off. It'll be okay.
Yeah, pop off, King. Pop off.
But, so Gabe got the dub on me. Gabe, if you're watching, I hope you're watching. You got the dub. I can't say anything really. I'll let you get me if you'd like in the comments or whatever you want to do. It's embarrassing 0-3 start. In my other fantasy leagues, I'm gonna say I'm 2-1 and 3-0. So
okay,
we're doing well in other leagues, but I think I am the most hurt team in the league. I have Christian McCaffrey, Pacheco, Puka Nacua. I thought it would be a good idea since I have those guys to draft a couple injured guys that are coming back later in the year. So I have 5 guys on my roster that are just not playable, but are too valuable to drop. So I'm at a point where I have basically 2 bench spots only, and my team is not very good. Yeah, my team's not very good. But
if you have a tight end that's coming back healthy, I'm willing to trade something now for a tight end that might come back later.
I have Trey McBride that's really good.
Okay, let's talk later about that because like I could use a tight end, and I'm willing to have him sit on my injury week for a couple of weeks still. So
he's the 5th ranked tight end scoring wise.
When's he injury?
It's just a concussion, so it won't be long, like a week.
We'll talk. Yeah, I like the idea though. That could work.
Concussions are light. He's fine. Put him back in.
Yeah, at least what is that movie, Blue Pine State or Blue Ribbon State, where he's like bleeding from the ear?
Well, that's what have you. So you don't watch football much, but
No.
one of the biggest topics with football, which I think has been interesting this year, is there's a new thing that players can opt into or use, which is called a guardian cap. So if you watch an NFL game this year, you'll see maybe one or two players on the field at a time where it looks like they have a bobblehead or like it's like a big padded thing over their
Oh,
helmet.
yeah.
It's interesting, but that's a new thing they're doing, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, baseball had that for a little bit. I think they were trying to get pitchers to wear something like that. It looked ridiculous, dude. It looks
It looks
big old like butt on the top of their hat.
it doesn't look too bad on the football because it's just like I don't think it looks too bad on the football helmet because the football helmet's already so big, you know.
Yeah.
It's already the biggest piece of padding on their body. Where I think just adding one layer of like, and it's like kind of looks like if you've seen like the Under Armour shirts that have like the like padding on that, it kind of looks like that on top of a helmet almost.
Okay.
It's not the worst thing, but it's just like team colors. It's painted. It's like the same shade as your helmet, so it doesn't look that weird.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm for player safety.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
usually
yeah,
do. I usually am. Yeah. Like.
but unless they're on my fantasy team and I need them to get back in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
But yeah, I think this we got a couple other. Let me see. So Toby's gonna go into 3-0. We have. I'm not sure if oh yeah, no, they're gonna be all done. I think with Team CL25423 pulling out the narrow win by 0.1.
Seriously?
Yep, 147.2 to 147.3 against on top of the world.
Holy shit! That's so close.
That's another really close game where we got a 3-0 team. So we have two 3-0 teams now, two 0-3 teams now. It's going to be the race to stay. Who's the last unbeaten team? It's going to be the race to who can win a game first between me and Luke. So
are they done?
The game is not over. There's 40 seconds left in. Oh my God! There's 40 seconds left. Wait a second.
Yo, I was like,
wait a second. Wait,
dude, this is electric. Hang on.
I don't think I did enough. I think Gabe still got me. This is live. So I'm just...
Yeah, I know. I'm on top of the world and Team CL25423.
So the guy on my team scored a touchdown, so I was down by 10 points to Gabe, and now I'm only down by 3 points to Gabe, but he basically won this game, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. That one match is so close. Like, literally anything could happen in the next few minutes. Wow. That's exciting. Anyways, moving on. No, that's really fun. That's exciting. And that's, I saw a video the other day that was like fantasy football is basically just like Pokemon. And I was like, this is pretty good. So,
yeah.
Checking that out.
I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad you're doing this. It's fun to see you pick your brain with some football. I'm going to get you to watch a football game with me.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be time for sure. Yeah. All right, moving right along. We're gonna get into the draft this week. As the seasons are changing, Ollie and I are gonna start talking about our favorite fall season inspired stuff. Fall's a great time of year, no doubt. I checked earlier today, and I think you were up in our voting from last week. So I will let you go ahead and decide if you want the first or the second and third pick.
I think I'll go number one. I'll go 101.
Yeah, what you got, bud?
I think it worked for me last time, and yeah. Love. I had Love as my 101 last time.
Love last time, without a doubt, yeah.
So this is fall activities.
Fall season inspired stuff was kind of how I phrased it. So it doesn't have to be activities always. I was just thinking just like in general
stuff. Just
stuff that comes with like anything.
Well,
would be like, well, that's more like for example, like if I said baseball is a very like summer based thing, you know? So
yeah.
Like a summer draft, like I would be like, hey, baseball, and someone else might pick like picnics, you know, because you don't have a picnic in like the winter time and shit like that. So
okay, well, I'm gonna go something I've loved to do since I was a kid. You know, it's the fall time. You go to a pumpkin patch, the corn maze, like one of those like farm ground kind of things. I don't even know what you would call it, but I'd say pumpkin patch. Yeah, pumpkin patch activities. Get a hot thing of apple cider. Pick a pumpkin out, take it home. I think that's a very enjoyable. That's gonna be my 1 of 1.
Yeah, that's a good one. I will. That's interesting because I don't love you taking like pumpkin picking, corn maze, like the whole like I think like because those are in my mind those should be like individual like draft picks. But like I guess if you phrase it as pumpkin, I don't know. I think picks 6, 7, 8 are gonna get pretty slim kind of towards the end back there.
Do you not do a corn maze
No,
at
corn
other
are
times of the
great.
year?
I would have picked a
Only
corn maze
so you
separately.
do a corn maze in the springtime?
No, I would have picked
Oh,
corn maze separately though. Like I would have been like pumpkin picking, and then I would have picked.
all right. I'll just take a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, without corn maze.
Okay, just like pumpkin picking then.
Yeah, pumpkin picking. Do I get carving?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Okay, cool.
I guess. How about just pumpkins in general?
Okay, pumpkins.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because like pumpkins are fall, and I would give you that.
No,
Like,
that's real.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, pumpkins,
yeah,
pumpkins.
yeah, yeah. Because
But
like,
in heart, so the viewers know, my
yeah,
draft it was based off of going to the pumpkin patch
yeah,
and
and getting
picking your
the
pumpkin.
carving. It's the act of like getting the pumpkin. I totally understand where you're going with that. Yeah, 100%. It's a good pick, right? But like, we did need to kind of hone that down a little bit.
It's like a 75.
Yeah, because like it would be like if I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick up October. And it's just like screw you, I get everything October. It's like, whoa, hang on, like,
It's my pick.
yeah. So
It's the one of one.
yeah, exactly. All right, my number one pick, and this is definitely like catered for me. I love crunchy leaves. Stepping on them, getting them to like crunch on your feet as you're walking through, really satisfying. I like the smell, like that kind of autumn smell of like crunchy leaves. Like you know when you're a kid and you jump in a pile of leaves and like you just get that like aroma. I love that shit, bro. That shit's good. Crunchy leaves. I don't have a board this week. I'm just kind of shooting from the hip, so this is going to be
Oh,
yeah, this is going to be interesting.
you're taking a page out of my book.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. My number 3 pick is going to be pumpkin pie. Um,
Does that not fall under pumpkin?
no, you were doing the act of like carving pumpkins and stuff like that. I'm doing the act of like eating pumpkin, right?
Where's my red flag?
Do you think so?
That's debatable. I mean, we'll let the viewers decide. They know my pumpkin was first.
Yeah, well, your pumpkin was the act of like picking a pumpkin and carving a pumpkin, which is like totally right. But like pumpkin pie is a whole other activity.
I'll give it to you.
I mean,
If
all right, all right.
took away my corn maze, now you're taking my pumpkin pie. What's next?
Corn maze is still on the board. You can pick corn maze.
I'm taking football. Football in the fall.
Yeah, makes sense.
I love football. I love the Giants. They're my favorite sports team ever. My favorite sports athlete. All my favorite sports athletes are from there. So, football.
Yeah.
My third pick will be Halloween.
Nice. That
One
was
of my favorite holidays.
yeah.
Dressing up, trick-or-treating, parties when you're older. I think those are like the best parties, the best everything. It's always fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Halloween was definitely going to be my next pick had you not snagged that. So really good one. For my number 6 pick, I'm gonna sweater weather. Love wearing a sweater. You're too young for that Saturday Night Live reference. Damn, bro. Sweater weather. Sweater weather.
No, I've seen that.
It's I love like pants like pants and a sweatshirt, shorts and a sweatshirt. I love the time of year where like we're kind of in right now where like if you wear a sweatshirt in the morning you're really comfortable, but by midday to like kind of late afternoon like it's a little too warm. So I love this like this weather. I think this is really really nice. Little breeze coming through always feels really nice. I don't mind the occasional kind of like rainy morning or kind of rainy day either. Like it kind of just lets you know like things are changing a little bit and that's pretty nice. So sweater weather. And then for my last pick, I really didn't have much going on here. So I will go ahead and pick. You already picked Halloween. I'm gonna go real like basic bitch on it and go pumpkin spice latte.
Again, you're all fiending from the one of one. You're all tied to the one of one. See, that just helps my draft more when 2 of your 4 is just pumpkin.
I think had I gone, I mean, yeah, you got the act of carving pumpkins. Like you got the fall like mainstay, of course, bro.
I'll die on this hill. Um, no, that's good. That's good. I
Yeah,
like that. I like it. It's basic bitch answer, but it's good. It's good, and it's very fall.
yeah,
I'm gonna follow suit, and this is on my list. It's like the seasonal soup of fall, like the like I like the pump like the squash soups,
okay,
those kind of soups, those seasonal soups that come only really in the fall time.
yeah,
Like there's certain soups I feel like that are like, winter times maybe more soup, like it's a cold day, but like it's not that cold, but cold enough where you could start having pho more and have
yeah,
it become, like those kind of things, like, soups in the fall.
yeah, yeah. I always think of it around this time of year is when I used to make like butternut squash soup, and
Yeah, butternut squash soup is so.
yeah, little diced apples and kind of put it on top as like a little garnish, little maple creme fraiche. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, dude. Oh yeah. All right, going over our lists. I don't like either of our lists really.
What?
Your list is better than mine, but our list just like they're a little uninspiring. You got pumpkins, football, Halloween, and squash soup. And I want to clarify, you got pumpkin carving and picking out a pumpkin.
That's crazy. They give me corn maze.
The funniest part about this draft is I fought so hard for you to be like, well, you can't have corn maze. Like that needs to be
No,
picked. And
corn,
nobody picked corn maze. We just
corn,
left it out there.
corn maze is part of it. If you go to the pumpkin patch, you're going to do a corn maze there as like a side quest. That's real.
Oh man, when I do this, I'm gonna have people picking a pumpkin and carving a pumpkin, and that's gonna be it. No.
I'm okay with that. That was actually pretty fun. I
Was,
think honorable mention, fall, Ironman challenge coming up next weekend.
yeah. Par for the corpse.
Par for the corpse.
Yeah.
My birthday, October 16th.
Ooh, October 16th. Ollie turns 18. Hell yeah, about time.
I'm 26.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of crazy. I don't feel that different than 18, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm getting off my parents' insurance, which makes me feel different than 18.
That's some adult shit about to happen, bro. For sure.
But now I'm getting a job, which is going to give me insurance. So we're good.
Good.
Yeah. But episode 25, maybe. I know 23 was kind of the GOAT episode, but 25 has some GOATs in it. I know you said Pikachu was whatever, but Pikachu's kind of the GOAT. He's the face, right? He's the 101.
Yeah, he's the poster boy, without a doubt.
He's the poster boy. And Barry Bonds, my GOAT, I think 25 puts in. I used to wear 25 in my basketball days back in middle school. I'm just thinking there's a lot of GOATs that wear 25. Just got to put that out there. But to end the episode of 25, got a quote: "Time is only currency you don't know the balance of." Take that with y'all. Aim high, shoot low. We'll see you for episode 26. 26 straight weeks. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Half a year, bro. Next week's half a year. We're going to do some giveaways next week for it.
Yep, we got some really fun things planned and upcoming with this fall time. Some people won't be golfing as much, but we'll be doing some other things. I want to put some highlights on some putting leagues going on in the state. So if anyone's posting or knows of a putting league, feel free to let us know, and we'd love to shout y'all out and help try to get more people out or what y'all want to do with that. But yeah, aim high, shoot low, and we'll see you next week.